Imagine about 2.5 million years ago.
There were no stoves, no markets, no refrigerators.
You didn't have a mobile phone to order food or an app to bring it to you. So how did people live back then? What did they eat when they woke up every morning? Did they really only eat raw meat, or did they also eat fruits, nuts, and even insects?
In today's video, we will go on an incredible journey through time, from the Stone Age about 2.5 million years ago to the moment when agriculture was discovered, when human eating habits changed forever.
We will find out why scientists say that much of what we knew about our ancestors' eating habits is wrong. Watch the video until the end, because at the end there is information that will surprise you. Is the body of today's modern man actually made for that old eating habits? Part 1: The beginning of the Stone Age. The Stone Age began about 2.5 million years ago, the longest chapter in human history. It was during this time that our ancestors learned to make the first stone tools. This era lasted until about 10,000 BC, when agriculture began and people abandoned their nomadic lifestyle and began to live permanently. During this entire time, people were hunters and gatherers, that is, they hunted animals and birds, and gathered fruits, vegetables, and nuts from the forests. They did not have a fixed residence. They went wherever food was available. So their diet depended on where they lived, what season it was, and what the nature around them was like. Meat on Bone Part 2: Stories of meat, fish, and hunting. Meat was a major part of the diet of people at that time. They hunted large animals like mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, reindeer, and wild horses. In warmer regions, such as Africa, they hunted animals like elephants, hippos, and hyenas. People living near rivers where the sea fished, they hunted salmon, eels, and even whales. An interesting fact: they did not throw away any part of an animal. They ate meat, fat, marrow, and even internal organs, because this was how they had to make up for the lack of vegetables. In cold regions, where fruits and vegetables were almost impossible to find, the diet of people there was almost entirely meat-based. But the question is, did they eat raw meat before the discovery of fire? Yes, that was the case in the beginning. However, after the discovery of fire and cooking techniques, everything changed, which I will talk about a little later. Chestnut Part 3: Not just meat, the world of fruits, nuts, and plants. Here comes the most surprising information. For a long time, people thought that Stone Age people lived only by eating meat. But recent archaeological research says otherwise. Remains of plant starch have been found in fossil teeth and stone tools, which prove that people ate grains and tubers at least 100,000 years ago. Their diet included wild berries, nuts, seeds, roots, tubers, and even insects. Interestingly, many of the fruits we eat today existed millions of years ago. Evidence of figs that are about 780,000 years old has been found in Israel, and fruits such as olives, plums, and pears also existed at that time. Scientists have studied the diets of the famous Hadza tribe in Africa, who still lead a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, and have come to the conclusion that the diet of ancient humans included tubers, berries, meat, baobab fruit, and honey. In other words, the diet of ancient humans was not just meat-based, it was diverse, and it depended on the region, season, and climate. Fire Episode 4: How Fire Changed Everything. One of the revolutionary moments in human history was the mastery of the use of fire. Cooking made food easier to digest, and the body could absorb much more energy and nutrients from food. Scientists believe that this nutritious, easily digestible diet played a major role in the increase in brain size and the decrease in digestive tract. Think about it, how a simple trick to start a fire changed the course of evolution for the entire human race. Cooked meat, boiled tubers, roasted nuts, all of these gradually became part of their daily diet. Sheaf of Rice Episode 5: The Beginning of Agriculture, the Change of Eras. About 10,000 years ago, another great revolution occurred, the beginning of agriculture. People then learned to understand that if you sow seeds, you will reap the harvest. Permanent settlements, domesticated animals, and crop cultivation began. Gradually, the appearance of vegetables and fruits also began to change. For example, today's orange carrots were once purple, but in the 17th century they turned orange. This is how people moved from a hunter-gatherer